After a two-game road trip, the YD Red Sox are finally back home in the friendly confines of Red Wilson Field for a matchup with one of the teams from the West. The Falmouth Commodores take a trip east to take on the YD Red Sox. Hello and welcome up to Red Wilson Field up in the press box. Alongside TJ Matthewson, I'm Danny Gray, just about 10 minutes away from first pitch between the Sox and the Commodores, the first of four meetings that these two will have this season. But an exciting victory, TJ, last night for the Red Sox. They storm into Harwich, pick up their first road win of the year, and in large part it was due to a two-headed monster on the bump for the Sox.
Yeah, we just saw Carl Kaufman and Tristan Baker do their thing on the rubber last night at White House Field. Tristan Baker comes in after 5 innings of 1 run, not an earned run though, ball from Carl Kaufman, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. And then Tristan Baker comes in and pitches the final 4 innings for YD, faces the minimum, strikes out 6, making that 87-mile-an-hour fastball he had look like 95, making the Harwich hitters look silly.
Baker would finish 4 scoreless. You mentioned the 6 strikeouts, and a lot of those coming in order as well, as there's some pregame festivities underway at Red Wilson Field. Today began Relay for Life here at Dennis Yarmouth Regional High School, taking place just a couple feet from where we stand right now. So an exciting time here, a good afternoon for a ball game, and nice to see some coming together of the Yarmouth community as well. You mentioned the pitching, obviously, TJ, last night, but the Sox did also get some timely hitting, a 3 spot that was picked up there in that 5th inning, and a couple of hits that came from new bats as well.
Yeah, we saw Andrew Dashbach, the designated hitter slash first baseman from Stanford, come in. He looked a little overmatched in his first at-bat, struck out on a high fastball, but then in his third at-bat, rips an RBI double the other way off the right field fence about 350 feet away for an RBI double. That was one of 3 runs YD scored in that 5th inning to go along with Charlie Kincannon, a 2 RBI single.
So the Sox come away with a 4-1 victory. They improve to 2-1-1. And they welcome the Commodores today, a team that's played 1 fewer game than the Red Sox. If you remember back to Wednesday, just the second day of the season, it was pretty rainy and cloudy throughout Cape Cod. Luckily, the Red Sox were able to get their game in against the Anglers. Falmouth, not so much. So they've played 4 games. They come in with a record of 1-2, and coming off a tough loss last night to the Wareham Gatemen, a team that's on fire out of the gate, 4-0 for the Gatemen. And this is a Falmouth team that was very successful last regular season, took the West whole-handedly, winning that regular season division title, though did fall to the Gatemen in the first round of the playoffs, and now they travel to Red Wilson Field for the first time. We're also going to see a few new faces in this Red Sox lineup, TJ. A couple of guys that are finally arriving from some of the bigger schools. And it should be pretty exciting to see them get into the lineup. But for now, we'll pause just a few minutes away from first pitch for the national anthem, get you starting lineups and defensive alignments on the other side as we get set for the Commodores and the Red Sox. Mark Howard, the public address announcer here at Red Wilson Field, performing a gorgeous national anthem just at the outset of Red Sox Commodores baseball coming your way. Game 5 for the YD Red Sox. Let's meet the visiting Falmouth Commodores as they travel to YD. Leading things off, the center fielder Will Brennan. Hayden Contrell bats second, the designated hitter. Logan Davidson bats third, the shortstop. And in the fourth spot, the first baseman David Sims. Logan Foster follows him up in the 5-hole, the left fielder. Cameron Cannon, the third baseman, manning the hot corner, bats sixth. Mark Kofers, the right fielder, bats seventh. Nick Gaddis will be in the 8th spot and doing the catching duties. And James Constantino rounds things out. He's over at second base this afternoon. And the hurler that squad will have to face, Jensen Elliott, making his first start of the Cape League summer.
So Elliott recovering from Tommy John surgery. That he had the Tommy John surgery back in his sophomore year. His freshman season at Oklahoma was at Oklahoma State, named a freshman All-American by Baseball America and Collegiate Baseball, made the Big 12 All-Freshman team. As I mentioned, made first 4 starts in his sophomore season, then had to undergo Tommy John surgery. Has only had 3 outings so far with Oklahoma State in 2018. A mere 10 2/3 innings pitch, an ERA near 5, 7 strikeouts across 3 walks.
So exciting stuff for him as he makes his Cape League debut. The defensive alignment playing behind him in the outfield, left to right, goes Quinn Cotton, getting his first start in left field. Zach Ashford out in center field, no surprise there. And Johnny DeLuca inserted into the Red Sox lineup. He'll be out in right field, and then to the infield, Nick Quintana over at third. Luke Waddell at shortstop, coming off a gorgeous web gem last night. Jimmy Govern back in at second base. Andrew Doshbach, he'll man first. And Vito Freesia doing the catching for Jensen Elliott. Just before 5 o'clock on the East Coast in Yarmouth, Massachusetts, Red Sox and Commodores about to do battle. Thanks so much for tuning in and spending part of your Saturday with us. This should be a fun one. Elliott into the motions, comes home, and it's ripped right back up the middle by Brennan, a base hit. He takes the first pitch for a base hit, and the Commodores off and running early.
Well, Brennan knew Elliott's going to start him off with a fastball, usually in the strike zone, and that's what he got right over the heart of the plate, and he did not miss it, right past the glove of Elliott. 1 pitch, 1 base runner for Falmouth.
So nobody down in the top of the first. Brennan now manning that first base bag, takes a couple of steps for a lead, and Hayden Contrell, the left-handed hitter, digs in. Freshman will take a strike on the outside corner. Elliott out of Oklahoma State. Mentioned the injury problems, but now with a chance to perform in a lot of scouts and show the Cape League what he can do. Elliott's 0-1 pitch, cut on a miss. Curveball dipped out of the zone and had Contrell swinging out of his shoe tops. The number 2 hitter for the Commodores. 40th round draft pick of the Yankees a little while ago, but elected to go play college ball at Louisiana Lafayette. Toss over to first. Doshbach applying a tag on Brennan, but he slides in safely. Elliott in the driver's seat on Contrell. Up 0-2. No outs. Scoreless in the top of the first. Quick snap throw over. Another tag by Doshbach. And the first base umpire, Brian Troop, waves his hands to signal safe. John Petula over at third base. And Mike Finn behind home plate calling the balls and strikes. Elliott from the stretch fires home a fastball dipping low at the shoelaces. A ball and 2 strikes on Contrell, who went 1 for 2 last night in the Commodores' loss to the Gatemen, singling and walking twice as well. Elliott setting right at the chin, comes home with a breaking ball that trails outside to even the count up at 2-2.
It's going to be interesting to see today how Scott Pickler manages Elliott. Remember, coming off the Tommy John surgery, only 10 2/3 innings pitched. Going to see how his conditioning is right here.
Brennan off of first, and the 2-2 runs inside. Nice job by Contrell to battle back in the count. Push it full. Mentioned the 2 walks that he worked last night against the Gatemen. Hoping for one here. Jensen trying to avoid allowing the first 2 Commodores to reach. Brennan, a slight lead off of first base. Payoff pitch is bounced over to the right side. Doshbach fields over to second, back for first. Not in time. They do get the lead runner, though. A job well done by Andrew Doshbach, getting his first action over at first base.
Yeah, come to get the ball on the lip of the grass and then able to get out of the way, out of the base path, make a clean throw over to Luke Waddell at short. Return throw just not in time.
Logan Davidson to the dish. Shortstop, left-handed hitter with one on. The Clemson product, just 2 for 4 so far on the Cape League summer. Elliott from the stretch comes home. Curveball dips low, but a wave and a miss from Davidson. Just a divine afternoon here at Red Wilson Field. Good amount of fans on hand to take in the Red Sox third home game of the summer. One away and one on in the top of the first, no score. 0-1 pitch, a bouncer off home plate. Freesia keeps it in front of him to even the count back up at 1-1. Davidson, a couple of singles last night, also batted in a run in the 7-4 loss. Snap throw over to first. That eerily close. Doshbach applying the tag on Contrell. The Troop, once again, says he's safe, and Contrell will regain his hefty lead. Elliott a glance over at first, now throws over. Another tag, and it's getting closer and closer by the throw, TJ. Hayden Contrell's got to be careful.
Yeah, Contrell doesn't seem to be wearing on his lead, still taking just the biggest lead over there at first, and Elliott just trying to be a little quicker, a little more deceptive with that pickoff move.
1-1 pitch to Davidson, cut on and miss. Nice curveball dipping low. Ball and 2 strikes with no outs. Contrell leading the Commodores, although it is early days, with 2 stolen bases. He's a perfect 2 for 2, but coming off a season at Louisiana Lafayette where he stole 18. 1-2 pitch, and runner is going. It's a bouncer to the second baseman, Govern. He'll field over to first. That's the only play, the easy out. But into scoring position goes Contrell, getting a good jump off the pitch, and there's 2 away.
Well, Elliott, a good job. It looked like maybe a cutter or a slider in on the hands of Davidson. Not much you can do there. Just a check swing dribbler out to Jimmy Govern at second base. But Elliott needs to be careful, keep this ball either high and in the air or keep it on the ground and let one of his infielders make a third out.
2 away, runner on second. Davis Sims to the plate. Dangerous hitter. Elliott starts him off with a fastball below the knees, 1-0. Sims from Murray State batted .357 this past campaign. 52 runs batted in, and he's already picked up 4 hits this summer. Elliott looks back at second, now delivers home. That one looked like it might have hit the bat of Sims, or just went off the glove of Freesia. It is called a ball, so 2-0 to count on the 4-man for the Commodores. Elliott leaning in and getting the signs from Freesia. They agree, and he delivers a bouncer back to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike now. Elliott going back and forth between that curveball, it seems, and interchanging it with the fastball as he ran in sight on Sims a couple pitches ago, trying to establish the strike zone, maybe. 2-1 pitch is fouled off. Umpire manning second base right now, John Patula making the call. That one going off of home plate. So 2-2 the count. We'll move to 1 pitch away for Elliott getting out of this first frame. Will Brennan taking the first pitch he saw to lead off the game right back up the middle for a single. The back-to-back fielders' choices have recorded 2 outs. That has put Contrell off of second with Sims at the plate. 2 away in the first, no score. Elliott sets, looks back at second, now fires home, and this one drops into left field. Cotton to field it and throws a dart into home plate. Good job by the left fielder today for the Red Sox to keep Contrell at third, but a single for Sims, and it'll be runners at the corners with 2 away for Logan Foster.
I think the most important part of that play, even though Quinn Cotton out there in left field overthrew the cutoff man, Nick Quintana, the runner Sims stayed over at first, did not advance to second, so still only 1 runner in scoring position for the Commodores.
2 away in the first. 0-0 the score between the Red Sox and the Commodores, but Falmouth threatening early on against Jensen Elliott. Bringing Logan Foster to the righty's batter's box. Takes a strike right down the middle to start off the at-bat. 1 for 4 last night, Foster was. A double, the only extra base hit that the Commodores recorded against the Gatemen. Elliott sets. The 0-1 delivery, curveball, nabs the outside corner. Good start to the at-bat for Elliott. Gets ahead 0-2 on the 5-man Foster. This about to be the 18th pitch of the first inning. Elliott hoping it's his last. 0-2 fastball, wasted just outside by a couple of inches. Meeting Fresia's glove is a waste pitch and a ball and 2 strikes. Sims off at first, Contrell dancing down the third baseline, representing the first run of the game. 1-2 pitch, low and outside, 2-2 the count. 2 hits already for the Commodores. They recorded 6 last night against the Gatemen. Hopping off on Elliott early on here. Still no runs to show for it. 2-2 pitch, fastball put into the dirt. The count is pushed full. Important pitch upcoming here for Jensen Elliott.
Well, Elliott's got to be careful not to lose him here. Ahead 0-2, 3 straight balls. You just got to get, when you're ahead 0-2, you should do your best to get man at the plate out.
2 outs, payoff pitch, ground ball to Quintana at third. He can't field it. Waddell will, and throwing a hop over to first base. He is safe. The run scores. Over to third goes Sims, and the Commodores draw first blood.
Yeah, well, that's a tough play for Nick Quintana. Had a long way to go, ranging to his left at third. Waddell able to back him up in the hole at short, but that's just too long of a throw for Waddell to be able to get the runner Foster hustling down the line, and Falmouth strikes first here in the first.
Can't totally blame Jensen Elliott there, inducing a ground ball in a situation with 2 away and a couple of bases to go for force outs, but unfortunately not enough pace on it. The Commodores score first. Cameron Cannon at the dish, takes strike 1 at the knees, a fastball from Elliott. Runner still at the corners, but add a 1 spot to the scoreboard for the Commodores. Elliott's 0-1 delivery, low in the dirt, evens the count up at 1-1. Falmouth in search of win number 2 of the season. 3rd time they're on the road this season. 1-1 pitch from Elliott is bounced off the pitcher's mound, collected by Govern, throws high over to Doshbach, and a great job by Andrew to catch the ball, apply the tag on Cannon, sprinting back. But the Commodores do strike first. We head to the home half of the first inning. Red Sox looking to respond. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the first inning at Red Wilson Field, a 1-0 lead for the Commodores. Hopping off a run of Jensen Elliott. Now Matt Cantorino will take the bump for the Commodores, facing a Red Sox lineup that looks like this. Zach Ashford out in center field leads things off, just like he has all season long. Jimmy Govern back in the lineup, batting second and playing second base. The 3-man Quinn Cotton out in left field. Andrew Doshbach, the cleanup hitter, bats fourth. Micah Prees coming off a 3-hit night last night in Harwich. He'll bat fifth. Johnny DeLuca, he'll get his first licks of Cape action, batting sixth. Nick Quintana still in the 7-hole. Vito Fresia, he'll bat eighth. And Luke Waddell rounding out the 9 at the bottom of the order. Matt Cantorino making his first start, his first appearance of the Cape League season. Big righty going up against a Red Sox lineup that's coming off a win.
Just finished up his sophomore season at Rice, a 3.06 ERA, 7-5 record in 15 starts, 94 innings pitched. Struck out 116 batters across just 22 walks and only allowed a 188 opponent's batting average.
1-0 Commodores in the bottom of the first. Zach Ashford digs in. Cantorino readies the first pitch, throwing to Nick Gaddis behind home plate. From the windup, fires home a fastball. It stays up high and away. Ashford leading off for every single Red Sox game so far this season. Fresno State product. 0 for 2 last night at Harwich. 1-0 pitch. Fastball gets away from Gaddis. Low in the dirt, 2-0. Ashford did reach base, though, just more the painful way. He's hit by a pitch, also walked as well. Finding a way to get on base, and it's exactly what you need to do as a leadoff man. Cantorino from the windup comes home, connects on the outside corner with a strike. 2-1 the count with nobody on, nobody out in the bottom of the first. 1-0 lead for the visitors. Ashford digs back in, awaits the 2-1. Here it comes. Tried to check his swing, rung up behind home plate though by Mike Finn, and the count moves to 2-2. That fastball just looks so inviting as a left-handed hitter coming at you.
Talk about it with a good fastball. Well, occasionally it'll have the it'll look like it's rising. I think that's what Ashford saw right there, and just rose up and out of the strike zone. Tried to check his swing, just couldn't do it.
Cantorino's 2-2 pitch just outside, off speed, and looked like he really wanted that one. It was close. Not sure if that one missed high, might have missed a tad outside. Nevertheless, a payoff pitch to Ashford. Here it comes. Cut on and fouled towards the parking lot. A busy parking lot at that here at Dennis Yarmouth Regional High School. Today is Relay for Life taking place for the first day today. Just a couple hundred feet over from us. So a busy day in Yarmouth. Payoff pitch, try 2, wave and a miss, strike 3. Ashford goes down by way of the K, and there's one down.
Cantorino got him to swing at that high fastball and then just paints another one on the outside corner. Ashford might have swung under that a little bit, might have been a little bit late on it. As I mentioned, good fastballs will have the illusion that they are rising, cause you to swing over it thinking that it's going to go up, and stays right where it is.
So Jimmy Govern will dig in with one away in the bottom of the first. First pitch to him, tails outside. He lays off of it. Eastern Illinois product who made a costly mistake in the Red Sox first road game of the year a couple nights ago in Orleans. Trying to swipe third in the top of the ninth and didn't see action last night. 1-0 pitch, cut on and hit to the shortstop Davidson. Collects it on a hop, high throw over to first. Plenty of time, though, to get Govern, and just like that, there's 2 away. Quinn Cotton will dig in. Last thing preventing a 1-2-3 inning for Matt Cantorino, who's looked good so far. Good velocity on that fastball in the early going. Cotton 1 for 2 last night against the Mariners. A single, a big one at that. Batted in 2 runs that really helped the Red Sox break things open in the 5th. First pitch to Cotton. Tails outside, stays high. Favorable count now for the Grand Canyon product that's really making a name for himself so far the Cape League season. 5 hits through 4 games. 1-0 to the righty is fisted out to shallow right field, and that's going to dunk in. Fair ball. Cotton thought about stretching it into second, takes a wide turn. Wisely retreats back to first, even though the throw got away. Probably would have been a bang-bang play at second, but Cotton is aboard, so a single for the Sox.
Well, Cotton always hard out of the box, and I thought he was going to try and go to second. Goes about almost a third of the way to the second base bag, but then wisely decides to turn back around and go back to first and be on base for your new cleanup hitter, Andrew Dashbach.
Dashbach 1 for 3 last night, picking up a double and an RBI in his second plate appearance. Also struck out and walked. Trying to move Cotton around base with the Sox trailing by a run in the first. He'll take high for ball 1. Commodores scoring off of Jensen Elliott in their first chance. Hayden Contrell coming around to score on an infield single by Logan Foster. Now Whitey hoping to respond with Quinn Cotton off of first, a hefty lead. 1-0 pitch outside. Mike Finn, the home plate umpire, shaking his head. That one was close, but the count moves to 2 balls, no strikes on Dashbach. Teammate of Nico Horner at Stanford. Stand out for the Red Sox last year. 2-0 taken high and outside, 3-0. Doesn't seem like Cantorino wants to give this cleanup hitter anything to hit.
Yeah, everything has been high and everything has been away. You don't want to get one in Andrew's wheelhouse because, as we've seen, he can hit some balls a long way.
Wind slightly gusting out to left center. The 3-0 taken low for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk issued to Andrew. Back-to-back base runners for the Red Sox for one of the hottest bats on the team, Micah Prees, stepping to the plate. First hit of his 2018 summer last night against Harwich. Then he followed it up with 2 more singles. Finished off with 3 base knocks on the night, the most of any player on either squad. 2 on, 2 out. First pitch to the lefty, fastball paints the outside corner. Prees no offering on it, and he falls behind 0-1. The designated hitter tonight. So manager Scott Pickler taking notice of the bat that Prees is swinging. 0-1 pitch, cut and a miss. Good curveball, dipping low. Micah was swinging out of his shoes. It's quickly 0-2 on the 5-man for the Red Sox. Cotton off of second. Doshback off of first with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Commodores up by a run. Cantorino looks back at second. Now fires home a fastball upstairs and away. A good 0-2 pitch, though, and Prees laid off of it.
Well, Prees just chased a curveball down and out of the strike zone, trying to expand him even more and try high and away with a fastball that we've seen Ashford to lead off the game swing at, but Prees able to keep the bat on his shoulder.
1-2 to Prees. He tries to check his swing, and he did go. John Petula, the third base umpire, rings him up, and that's how the first inning will end. The Red Sox strand a pair and trail by a run as we go to the visiting half of the second. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Today began the Relay for Life here in Yarmouth, and our team walked with Kathy's cause. You can help, too, with joining us in Strikeouts for Cancer. Visit www.pledgeit.org/team/CCBL18 and donate to your YD Red Sox. Back at Red Wilson Field for the top of the second inning. The Commodores coming to the plate, already leading by a run. Getting one off of Jensen Elliott, the YD starter, back in the first. They'll send 7, 8, 9 to the plate here in the second. Coffers, Gaddis, and Cosentino. Elliott's first pitch of the inning. Fastball running inside, almost like it could have hit the knees of Coffers, but he gets out of the way. 1-0 the count. Oklahoma State product working from the windup. 1-0, same result, runs in tight. Right fielder for the Commodores getting very close to being hit now twice to start off this is bat, but he'll dig right back in, done the same. No outs, no one on base. 2-0 pitch. A soft dribbler over to second. Governs got it over to first in time. And there's one away in the second. 4-3 to start off the inning, and Nick Gaddis will dig in. Catcher tonight for the Commodores. Getting his first plate appearance in a Falmouth uniform this summer. Went .324 though. Impressive clip with Jacksonville State this past season. Elliott from the windup delivers a fastball right on the inside corner, called strike. He gets ahead of the 8-man 0-1. Righty on righty matchup. 0-1 pitch. Fastball taken low. Ball and a strike here on Gaddis. Led his team this past spring with 10 homers, 55 RBIs. He's got some pop. 1-1 pitch to him. Fouled off slowly to the backstop. A ball and 2 strikes. Elliott working against the bottom of the order for the Commodores. The Red Sox went down, stranding 2 back in the first. Couldn't tie things up. Elliott hoping to keep it just a 1-run deficit here in the second. From the windup, 1-2, off speed, fouled off by Gaddis. Nice job by Nick to even get a piece of that and stay alive in this count. That was a nasty curveball tailing in.
Yeah, well, we've seen Elliott painting both sides of the plate so far here in the second inning. He was able to get Coffers to chase on a ball almost on the outside corner, outside the strike zone, just dribble it to Govern. We'll see what he does right here.
1-2 is lifted high out into right field. DeLuca battling the sun and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Johnny DeLuca, one of the newcomers to this Red Sox team, out in right field tonight. That's his first action of the summer. Camps under it to make the catch for the second out and brings up the 9-man Cosentino. Attempting to salvage the inning here against Elliott, who's working quickly so far.
Elliott, one of 3 Oregon Ducks activated to the roster in the last 24 hours.
Jensen's first pitch to James is taken for a strike. It's got to be a good feeling to at least know a couple of guys on a college team when you're coming to play summer ball. 0-1 misses outside, 1-1, because, of course, yes, you're building a new community, a new family, brand new teammates from across the country, but to know a guy or two in the dugout when things get going, it's got to help a little bit as well. 1-1 pitch is a bounding grounder over to second. Governs got it, flips to first, and the Commodores go 1-2-3 in the second. Good inning for Jensen Elliott. We'll head to the home half of the second inning. Falmouth up by a run. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Matt Cantorino took 19 pitches to get through the first inning, back out for the second inning of work, and he'll face 6, 7, 8 for the Red Sox. And Johnny DeLuca will lead things off. His first plate appearance in a YD uniform. Batting from the left side against the righty Cantorino, who did run into some trouble back in the first, but got Mike Caprice to strike out with runners on first and second to keep the Sox off the scoreboard. They trail 1-0. Cantorino's first pitch in the dirt, missing well outside. 1-0 the count on DeLuca. Touched on it, TJ, one of the 3 Oregon Ducks wearing the YD uniform for Scott Pickler. 1-0 fastball taken outside. 2-0 the count on the 6th man tonight for DeLuca. And it seems like Scott Pickler's not scared to throw these newcomers in right the first or second day that they get here. We saw Doshback get into the lineup last night, make an immediate impact. 2-0 to DeLuca, taken high and outside. 3 straight balls to start off the campaign.
Johnny, a rough year at Oregon, only hitting .212, but as we were talking about during the commercial break, it is a new season up here on the Cape.
3-0, he takes all the way for a strike, 3-1.
.212 average, only 6 home runs, 32 RBIs, walked 18 times, struck out 28 times.
3-1 to DeLuca, below the knees, ball 4. Good eye from Johnny DeLuca, and he'll take first base. A good way to start the second inning for the Red Sox, and that brings up Nick Quintana. He's no stranger to the YD uniform. Wore it for the entire season last summer. Also a few playoff games. And back here for Scott Pickler once again. The Arizona Wildcat, who will dig into the righty's batter's box. Struggled so far this year. Just 2 for 16 through his 4 games. First pitch to Quintana, curveball. Takes the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 on Nick. Led the Sox with 50 strikeouts last summer. So also with 6 home runs. And he'll take the power. So surely Quintana trying to limit the Ks this summer. 0-1 upstairs. 1-1.
DeLuca at first base, not the biggest base stealer this past season at Oregon. Only 6 for 10 in stolen base attempts. But imagine playing in the outfield. He does have good enough speed to steal a base. We'll see what Scott Pickler decides to do with him over there at first.
3-step lead off of first base, and he's running. Quintana swings and misses. Throw down to second. Pulls Davidson off the bag. A successful stolen base. And the Red Sox have a runner in scoring position.
Oh, right as I say that, on first move, DeLuca off to the races to second base, and he beat that ball by a couple seconds, forcing a high throw from the catcher Gaddis. No chance to get him.
But now Quintana has to protect. A ball in 2 strikes on the 7-hitter for the Red Sox. 1-0 Commodores in the bottom of the second. No outs. DeLuca off of second. Cantorino glances back at him and drops in a gorgeous curveball. Fools Quintana. Strike 3 looking, and there's 1 away.
Well, we've seen Cantorino use that fastball time and time again through these first couple of frames, and I think that's what Quintana was gearing up for right there. The curveball just caught him off guard and goes down looking.
Vito Frecia digs in. 1 away in the second. Runner on second. And the big catcher digs into the righty's batter's box. Takes the first pitch inside for a ball. Frecia from Hofstra just finished up his junior season. A temporary player for the Red Sox as they still wait a handful of players who are still going in the College World Series, which just got underway a few hours ago. 1-0 to Frecia, off speed, and it hangs a little bit high. 2-0 the count. It's about the 3rd or 4th time that Mike Finn has called that curveball for a ball, clearly to the distress of Cantorino. Righty's 2-0 pitch, fastball cut and a miss from Vito. 2 balls and a strike with 1 away in the second. Slight gust out to left center field at Red Wilson. Doesn't take much to get it out of it. Just 352 to dead center, 346 down the left field line, and 338 to the right as Frecia fouls off the next offering to even the count up at 2-2. If that wind is blowing anything towards the outfield, a routine fly ball can easily turn into RBIs and home runs. Long look in from Cantorino to Gaddis, getting the signs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball hangs high. Count is pushed full. It's the same one that was called a ball for the first time in this at-bat against Frecia. He's able to lay off of it, push this count full. DeLuca still on second base. Payoff pitch to the wide-E catcher, hit hard to the third baseman Cannon. He collects it, throws a strike over to first, and Frecia is retired. 2 away, and it'll be up to Luke Waddell to bat in DeLuca.
Well, Cantorino tried that same curveball he got Nick Quintana on, just left it a little bit up, and it comes right back with a fastball in on the hands, and nothing Frecia could do with that, just to roll on over to third.
Luke Waddell, the number 9 hitter for the Red Sox, a single last night against the Mariners. Also struck out twice and had a phenomenal defensive play at the shortstop position, saving at least a couple of runs. First pitch to Waddell is fouled straight back to the screen. And that was in an important situation of the game against the Mariners, a 4-1 lead for the Red Sox. And Harwich threatening with the bases loaded, 2 outs, a 3-2 pitch, and Waddell snared it out of midair. DeLuca still off of second. Cantorino's 0-1 pitch, hit on the ground. Davidson's got it. This should end it. Throws over to first. And the side is retired. The Red Sox strand another runner in scoring position and still trail by 1. We go to the top of the third. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the third inning in Yarmouth, Massachusetts. Commodores with 1-0 lead over the Red Sox in the first week of the 2018 Cape Cod Baseball League summer. Red Sox hosting the Commodores for the first meeting of what will be 4 throughout this regular season. And it'll stay at 4 barring a matchup in the championship round. Though it's early days. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves. So these two teams met in 2016, completing the three-peat for the Red Sox. Brennan, the number 1 man, takes ball 1 outside from Elliott to start off his third inning of work. Ran into trouble in the first, gave up that run with Contrell scoring, but a perfect 1-2-3 in the second. 1-0 from the windup, a little bit below the knees. He's fallen behind 2-0 on Brennan. Freesia gets the signs from Pickler in the dugout, relays it, and Jensen fires home a fastball inside, pushes Brennan away from the batter's box, and it's 3 straight balls to start off the at-bat. 2 more than Brennan saw when he led off. He laced a single right back up the middle. 3-0, ball 4, 4 straight pitches, and Will Brennan will take a leadoff walk to start the third.
Well, Elliott wasn't missing by too much. A lot of those pitches seemed around the strike zone, missing by maybe an inch, but walks the leadoff batter, and the heart of the lineup due up for the Commodores.
Hayden Contrell to the dish, left-handed hitter, with Brennan off of first. He shows bunt, pulls it back, but it's a called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 on the 2-man for Falmouth. Scored the lone run of this ball game back in the first after reaching on the fielder's choice. Elliott's 0-1, runner going. Freesia's throw down to second, tag applied by Waddell, and they got him by a mile. Great job by Vito Freesia. Waddell with the assist, and the Red Sox throw him out at second.
Well, Freesia put that throw right on the bag, and Luke Waddell didn't have to do a lot to get his glove, catch the ball, and slap the tag down on Brennan. Just like that, the base runner is erased.
Pitch was called a ball, so here comes the 1-1. Taken low for a ball, 2-1. But the base is empty now. It's the second time that Brennan has been retired off the base paths. Was a victim of the fielder's choice back in the first. 2-1 hit right at Doshbach, and he's got it a step to his right. Can of corn for the first baseman, and there's 2 away.
Elliott left that pitch up, and Cantrell able to get the barrel to the ball, but just ends up lining it right at Dashbach. Very sure-handed there over at first base.
So Elliott gives up the walk, but he's faced the minimum so far here in the third with Logan Davidson digging in. Lefty hitter who's hit into a fielder's choice back in the first. He takes outside for ball 1. Two outs in the third, base is empty. Elliott's 1-0 pitch drifts outside, 2-0 the count on the 3-man Davidson. Commodores managed by Jeff Trundy, his 20th season at the helm of Falmouth. 2-0, wave and a miss on the curveball Good drop from that pitch. Elliott gets a strike in the count. Now 2-1. Working from the windup, the righty delivers. Bounced over the glove of Elliott. Ranging to his left is Waddell. Throws over to first in time to get Davidson. And the Red Sox send him down. We go to the home half of the third. YD trailing by a run. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Looking for a bite or beverage after the game? Then come anchor down at the Cleton Anchor, the preferred restaurant of the YD Red Sox, located at 243 Lower County Road in Dennisport, Massachusetts. Bottom of the third inning from Red Wilson Field. Commodores with a 1-0 lead over the Red Sox. And the top of the order back at it for YD. Ashford, Govern, and Cotton expected to go up against Matt Cantorino, who's just allowed the lone hit and no runs. Righty into the motions, delivered the first pitch, a two-hopper to the second baseman. Constantino, he goes over to first, an easy first out after just one pitch to start the third. That'll bring up Jimmy Govern 0 for 1 today. Ground out to the shortstop back in the first inning. Missed action last night in Harwich. Short guy, just stands at 5'11", 185, but does have some power. Hit 7 homers at Eastern Illinois. First pitch he sees, takes high off speed for a ball. Base is empty, 1 out in the bottom of the third. Sox no runs off of 1 hit. Falmouth a run off of 3. 1-0 to Govern. He'll take it for a strike. Perfectly placed pitch, and Govern now looking back, having a conversation with Mike Fing, asking him where that was, and I think that was just right at the knees, inside corner.
Probably asking him how much farther in the strike zone goes. I can imagine it goes much farther in than that.
1-1 to Govern. He skies it a mile into the infield. Looks like this will be the shortstop Davidson's to catch. He does just that, and there's 2 away. Quinn Cotton will come to the plate. Second straight time that he's dug in with the bases empty. Singled back in the first and was stranded at second. One of 2 YD players that has been stranded in scoring position already through just 2 2/3 innings. 2 away, no one on. First pitch to Cotton upstairs with a fastball missing at the letters. YD in their home whites with the red trimming. Most wearing the Red Sox, red hats. 1-0 to Cotton. He swings at. Bouncer to the third baseman. Cannon throws across the diamond, and the Red Sox go 1-2-3 in the third. We head to the top of the fourth. This one's flying by. Commodores up 1-0. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the fourth inning at Red Wilson Field. Commodores up 1-0 over YD. First meeting between these two squads of the season. Falmouth 1-2. Red Sox 2-1-1 and sit atop the Eastern standings with 5 points. Chatham in second place with 3 with a 1-2-1 record. And then 1-2 goes 3 through 5. Brewster, Orleans, and Harwich. David Sims to dig in. Batting fourth tonight, facing Elliott for the second time. Takes strike one right down the middle. Singling off of Jensen back in the first inning. One of 3 base knocks that's been collected by the Commodores so far. 0-1 pitch, fastball tails away. Even the count up at 1-1, just David Sims. Inside out stance for the right-handed hitter. 1-1 from Elliott. Fouled off just barely. Sims was very early on the swing. Elliott with a good breaking ball, and he gets in the driver's seat of the count, 1-2, with no one on and no one out in the fourth. Elliott to the windup, the leg kick, the 1-2 pitch, a number fouled off, and that one stung Sims. He'll take a saunter around home plate. Not sure where that got him, TJ, maybe right off the cleat.
Yeah, maybe off the top of his left foot. Those can hurt, especially if you're not wearing a shin guard.
Sims looks like he's okay, asks for time for a moment, and readies for Jensen's 1-2 offering. The pitch, fastball, dips below the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the four-man, David Sims. In a 1-0 ball game in favor of the visitors. 2-2 pitch. Hit high out into deep center field. Zach Ashford going back to the warning track. He leaps, and that ball is gone. A solo shot to the deepest part of the ballpark for David Sims, and he doubles the Commodores' lead. It's 2-0 Falmouth.
It looked like he just got that one way up in the air to center field. As mentioned, only 352 feet out to center field. Does not take a lot, and needed every one of those 352 feet. Looked like it landed just beyond the center field wall, but as mentioned, Falmouth now doubles their lead. It's 2-0.
A rude awakening to Red Wilson Field for Jensen Elliott. Any fly ball, if the wind carries it the right way, can end on the incorrect side of the fence. So 2-0 Commodores. Foster digs in. Takes strike one right down the middle. Foster 1 for 1 today, picking up that RBI back in the first inning that scored Contrell. Elliott to the windup, the 0-1 hit hard, but right at Waddell, the shortstop, couple of steps to his right to record the first out of the inning.
Yeah, but another hard hit ball off of Jensen Elliott in this inning, leaving the ball up and in the strike zone a little too much. Going to want to get that ball back down in the strike zone, get some easier ground balls.
1 away in the fourth, 2-0 Falmouth, and Cameron Cannon will dig in. Righty on righty matchup with the bases empty. Elliott's first pitch, Nick foul to the backstop. 0-1 on Cannon, who grounded out to Jimmy Govern to end the first inning. Still with the Commodores threatening. Different situation here with 1 away, and the base path's empty. 0-1 is hit out into the gap in right center field. DeLuca on his horse. It bounces off the fence. DeLuca will relay it in, but sliding in with a 1-out double is Cameron Cannon.
Looks like again, another fastball left up and out over the plate. This one on the outside corner, and Cannon just goes right with it into the right center field gap, and a runner in scoring position now for Falmouth, just 1 down.
Vito Freesia, the YD catcher, out to have a quick conversation with his starter. A couple taps on the back and some reassurance as there is some action out in the YD pen. A couple of guys getting loose. Is Elliott getting tagged a bit here in the fourth? Gave up the 1 run off of mostly ground balls induced in the first inning, but some power shown here by the Commodores in the fourth to double the lead, and looking for more with Mark Kofers at the plate. First pitch from Elliott, Nick foul. Starts him off with a breaking ball, and now Elliott can set up the strike zone how he likes.
That would be Blake Deathridge warming up in the Red Sox bullpen. Right-hander out of UNC Wilmington.
Heck of a name for a relief pitcher as well. Deathridge. That'll instill some fear. 0-1 pitch hit through the hole on the left side for a base hit. Coming in is Cotton. He gets to it quickly. Another hard throw to home plate that will keep Cannon at third base. But runners at the corners for the third time this afternoon for the Commodores, threatening here in the fourth with just one out.
No, that was a softer ground ball, but it manages to find the 5.5 hole right between Quintana and Waddell. And now just another base runner here in this third inning for Elliott. Double play still gets him out of this, though. See if he can get one.
Nick Gaddis, the 8-man at the plate with one out. Runners off of first and third. Elliott's first pitch, fastball, swinging strike from Gaddis. Like Finn says, his wrists did crack, so 0-1 the count on the 8-man for the Commodores. Popped out into right field back in the second inning. Chance to pick up an RBI here. First to third move from Elliott. No throw, though. Count stays at 0-1. A good lead for Kofers off of first base. A 1 pitch from Elliott. Bounces in the dirt. Freesia keeps it in front of him. Ball and a strike with one away. First and third for Falmouth. Already up 2-0 in the top of the fourth. 2 runs off of 6 hits. And Nick Gaddis at the plate. Righty on righty matchup. Next pitch is fisted. Fair ball down the right field line. DeLuca to get to it. 1 run is in. Holding at first is Gaddis, an RBI single, the first of the year for the catcher for Falmouth, and it's 3-0 Commodores.
Again, not hard contact, but manages to find grass out in right field. It's a good piece of hitting by Gaddis. The ball looked like it jammed him a little bit. Get it off the label and just able to get it out into right field, and Falmouth adds to the lead here in the fourth.
So some trouble for Jensen Elliott. The pitch count rising, getting close to that 70 marker with 1 away. Still runners at the corners. Costantino at the dish. He takes ball 1 low from the Oklahoma State hurler. Still runners at the corners. 3 spot for the Commodores showing on the scoreboard off of 7 hits. Righty's next delivery nabs the outside corner. That'll even the count up at a ball and a strike on Costantino, who grounded out to Govern to end the second inning. Just the lone 1-2-3 frame pitched by Jensen Elliott so far this afternoon. Snap throw to first. Back in is Gaddis standing. Gaddis regains his lead off of first. And the 1-1 is hit towards Govern, the second baseman. Flips to Waddell for 1 on to first. And a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. Out of trouble goes Jensen Elliott, but not before the Commodores tack on a pair. It's 3-0 Falmouth heading to the bottom of the fourth. You're listening to ID Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Made Pro has been making Cape Cod shine one home at a time for the past 15 years. Visit their website, www.madepro.com/Cape Cod, and have your home clean the way you like it. Back for the home half of the fourth at Red Wilson Field, a 3-0 lead for the visiting Commodores over the Red Sox. Heart of the order, though, due up for YD. Dashback, Prees, and DeLuca, with Quintana to follow if anyone can get aboard. Though Matt Cantorino has been dealing so far through 3. Most recently, a 1-2-3 perfect inning back in the 3rd sent the Red Sox down in order. And he's only given up the 1 hit that came off the twig of Quinn Cotton back in the 1st. Righty-on-righty matchup to start off the 4th. Dashbach is first pitch hacking. He hits this into foul territory over by the Red Sox dugout, and Gaddis, the catcher, tracks it all the way into the mitt. 1 pitch, 1 out, and there's 1 away.
Well, that could have been disaster for Falmouth. You always hate to see all 3, the pitcher, the third baseman, the catcher, all converging towards each other, trying to make the play, and all end up running into each other, but catcher Gaddis just able to emerge out of that just in time.
Mike Caprice to dig in. 1 out and no one on base in the bottom of the 4th. 3-0 lead for the Commodores. He swings at the first pitch, gives it a right out to center field. Will Brennan's got a beat on it, though. Make that 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Whitey did a pretty decent job of getting Cantorino's pitch count up through just 3 innings. Entered this just pitch count now sitting at 43, working here in the bottom of the 4th.
He's been efficient, especially here in this inning. Johnny DeLuca trying to change that, left-handed hitter from Oregon. First pitch he sees, takes it outside for a ball. He worked a 5-pitch walk back in the 2nd inning to start things off in his first plate appearance in a Red Sox uniform. Also swiped a bag, but was stranded. Cantorino's next pitch is hit out in a line into right field. Kofer's going back and makes the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. 3 pop-ups to retire the side, and the Red Sox go down in order for the 2nd straight time. We head to the top of the 5th inning. 3-0 Falmouth. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 5th inning in Yarmouth, Massachusetts. Commodores visiting the YD Red Sox, and Falmouth holds a 3-0 lead through 4 innings full. Afternoon done for Jensen Elliott. He goes 4 innings, giving up 7 hits and 3 earned runs. And the new pitcher on the bump for the Red Sox, the reliever Blake Deathridge, Burlington, North Carolina native from North Carolina, Wilmington. Just 1 appearance, pitched a 1/3 of an inning against Bourne on opening day. Righty will start things off against the leadoff man, Will Brennan. Fires in a strike to begin the at-bat. Just that 1/3 of the inning, and he gave up an earned run. So his ERA sitting at a 27. Looking to bring that down in this next outing. Next offering also for a strike, and he's quickly ahead 0-2 on Brennan. Righty from the windup delivers home and misses away. Waste pitch there, ball and 2 strikes on the center fielder for Falmouth. Has reached base both times, singling to lead the game off in the first. Walked in the third, then was caught stealing. 1-2 dips out of the zone, 2-2.
A two-way player at UNC Wilmington. As pitcher, 13 games, made 2 starts, 2.55 ERA. Also saw 15 at-bats during the regular season.
2-2 pitch to Brennan is fouled straight back to the parking lot. Count stays at 2-2 on the Kansas State product, who played for the Glacier Pilots of the Alaska Baseball League last summer. Now he travels all the way over here to Cape Cod for 2018. The 2-2 missing outside. TJ, I don't think you can get 2 different summer leagues in the United States with a greater distance between them.
Yeah, but if you're talking about talent, you're probably talking about 2 of the most talent-rich leagues in the country as that next pitch is fouled off. But, best players from the West Coast that don't want to travel over here to Cape Cod or maybe don't get a Cape Cod invite can go up to beautiful Alaska. It's sunny for 20 to 24 hours during the day and just get to play with that beautiful Alaska scenery just like here in Cape Cod.
Payoff pitch from Deathridge, taken low for ball 4, second straight time that Brennan has worked a walk, and the leadoff man is aboard for the Commodores in the 5th. Hayden Contrell will walk up to the plate, left-handed hitter for Falmouth. Lined out to dash back in the 3rd inning. Made good contact, just couldn't find the right spot of the infield. So no outs in the 5th and 1 on. Deathridge's first pitch trails low. Contrell showing bunt, though he did pull it back. Commodores putting up 2 runs in the 4th. A solo shot from David Sims to straightaway center field. Started off the inning. Cameron Cannon scoring later on an RBI single. 1-0 pitch to Contrell, right at his eyes. Lays off of it, 2-0.
Well, that's now the 4th time in 5 innings the leadoff man has reached for Falmouth. Besides that 2nd inning where the Commodores were set down 1-2-3 by Jensen Elliott, but it's not a trend that Waddy wants to keep going. I want to chip away at this game and keep Falmouth off the board.
Deathridge looks over at first where Brennan holds a 3-stride lead, held on by Daschbach. And the 2-0 pitch misses inside. Pitching around Contrell, Deathridge is 3 straight balls to the number 2 man for the Commodores, and he's in danger of walking the first 2 batters of his appearance. 3-0 to Contrell. That in the dirt, ball 4. Back-to-back free passes issued by Deathridge. The first 2 are on. The Commodores cooking here in the 5th.
Yeah, and quickly, another arm up in the bullpen for YD. Deathridge having a really hard time finding the strike zone. It'll be Ty Madrigal, junior out of St. Mary's, up in the bullpen. The brother of number 4 overall pick in the 2018 draft, Nick Madrigal.
And Scott Pickler takes the slow stroll out of the dugout. Looks like he might not be wasting any time to make this change. Well, there's a few different things it could be. It could be a stalling tactic. We've seen it before, giving his reliever a little bit more time to warm up, or he's just trying to calm Deathridge down. A tough first outing against the Braves on that opening night win. And now Scott Pickler does make the signal to the bullpen with first and second, a jam here for the Red Sox to deal with. And it will be Madrigal coming in to make his YD Red Sox first performance of the season. We'll have it for you on the other side of this break. 3-0 Commodores. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Middle of the fifth inning, the Commodores looking for some more run support. A 3-0 lead for Falmouth over YD. And Ty Madrigal to make his Red Sox debut here in a tough spot. First and second, after Blake Deathridge walked both Will Brennan, who stands on second base, and Hayden Contrell, who is off of first. Number 3-man Logan Davidson to dig in. No outs in the top of the fifth. 3-0 the Commodores out in front. Lefty Madrigal on the bump. Holds a red glove right across from his chest. Glances back at second a couple times and delivers. And this one through the hole on the left side slowly for a base hit. Held up at third is Brennan. And the bases are juice now for a dangerous, dangerous hitter in David Sims.
Yeah, just last inning he led off the fourth with a solo shot to dead center field. Now, bases juiced, nobody out. He's got a chance to really break this ball game open.
He hit one to the deepest part of the ballpark off of Jensen Elliott back in the fourth. Dead away center, and now the bases full of Commodores with no outs in the top of the fifth, already up by 3. Lefty on righty matchup begins with a fastball outside, caught by Freesia, 1-0. Davidson on first, Contrell on second, Brennan off of third. Falmouth looking to take a real stranglehold of this ball game here in the fifth. Long look in for Madrigal, and now he'll step off, and Freesia will trot out to Chad. Obviously, the first 2 times that these guys have worked together at any point in a professional game, and it doesn't get much worse than a situation as this with no outs and the bases loaded.
Well, that's just how life in the bullpen is. You got to be ready to be called upon in any situation. Come in, inherit 2 base runners, expected to get out of it.
And ready to make your debut on the Cape nonetheless. Toss over to first, caught by Dashback as he was ranging to his left. Kind of in a foot race with Davidson there. He wasn't holding him on. But Madrigal was looking right at first, so he knew what he was doing. Count stays 1-0 on David Sims. 2 for 2 with a single. And the Yabo in the fourth. Madrigal's 1-0 offering. Fastball hangs away. It's 2-0. Nowhere to put Sims. Logan Foster on deck. Second baseman Jimmy Govern shaded towards second up the hole. Everyone else at normal depth. 2-0 is fouled off, spoiled to the right side. Out of play and past the bleachers. A few hundred fans here at DY Regional High School taking in a Saturday afternoon ball game. And thanks for tuning in, spending part of your weekend with us. Dana Gray, TJ Mathewson. Happy to be here on a gorgeous day in Yarmouth, Mass. 2-1 to Sims is a bounding grounder to shortstop Waddell. Flips on to second for 1. Over to first, not in time. And the run scores for the Commodores. It's now 4-0 Falmouth, the RBI to David Sims.
Well, Madrigal, you get a weak little ground ball up the middle, hit just too slowly, not able to turn the double play, but important that YD got that first out. And now a double play, another double play, potential double play ball here could end the inning.
Still a lot of baseball to be played here in the top of the fifth. But the Commodores do lead at 4-0. Now the 4th time they'll have runners on first and third in just about half of a ball game here. And Logan Foster at the plate, right-handed hitter, left fielder tonight. Madrigal looks at first, now delivers home. Freesia moving right to left on his knees, keeps it in front of him. 1-0 on the Texas A&M product, hailing from Lincoln, Nebraska. Batted .314 for the Aggies this past season and led the squad with 8 homers. 1-0 to Foster. Great action on that off-speed pitch. Starts almost in the opposite batter's box and works its way over the plate. Fooled Foster and evens the count up at 1-1. Madrigal sets and delivers. Curled foul down the third base line. Now favorable count for the Red Sox reliever.
Madrigal's had some good stuff that we've noticed so far. You mentioned the curveball, good action bending in the fastball. It's a little bit of two-seam action to it going the other direction.
First and third for the Commodores in the fifth. One away, already leading by 4. The 1-2 pitch hit through the hole on the right side. A liner for a base hit. Scoring easily from third is Contrell. Trying to go to third is David Sims. And the throw will be cut off. So first and third again for the Commodores and tack on a run. It's 5-0 Falmouth.
Well, Madrigal let that ball up in the strike zone, and Foster just hits it hard right past Govern. Not much he can do there. Another run for the Commodores.
RBI single for Logan Foster. Picks up his first run batted in of this summer. Still one away. Now 5-0 in favor of Falmouth. Tacking on the runs here in the middle innings. 4 in the last 2. Next pitch. Hit towards Waddell, and it takes a funky bounce and rolls into center field. 1 run scores. Play over at third. Tag applied by Quintana, not in time. The Commodores add another. It's 6-0 Falmouth, and those corners stay occupied.
Yeah, Waddell thinks he has a double play ball right up the middle, but right as it's about to get to his glove, he hits a rock in the dirt and skips right over his glove into center field. And the Commodores extend the lead here in the 5th.
Now 6-0 in favor of Falmouth. They scored 10 runs back on opening day in a 10-4 victory over the Harbor Hawks, but 6 then a 5 spot and a 4 spot. They exceed that here with 6 through just about half of this game so far. And still in a great opportunity to pick up some more. Cameron Cannon at the plate takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Madrigal, a long look, now comes home, and it's fouled over the Commodores' dugout. Falmouth stringing together RBI singles here in the 5th inning. Jensen Elliott didn't pitch, just went to 4, and then Deathridge is now 2 earned runs on his tab. The next pitch gets away from Freesia. Coming in to score with ease is Logan Foster. 7-0, and going all the way from first to third goes Cameron Cannon. Everybody's safe. Sloppy play from the Red Sox, and the Commodores taking advantage of it.
Well, Freesia, instead of trying to block that ball, tries to backhand it, just ends up skipping up off his arm all the way to the backstop. And as you mentioned, some sloppy play allows Cameron Cannon to get all the way to third from first base.
0-2 count on the 7-man Coffers. 1 out in the infield, now playing in. Madrigal, the lefty, 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, blocked in front by Freesia. He pushes it up the first base line. Keeps Cannon over at third. This one was flying by through the first 4 innings. Pace is slowed here in the top of the 5th. Past the 6 o'clock hour on the East Coast. All 4 infielders on the lip of the grass. Lefty deals the 1-2. Spanked foul into the right field bullpen for the Commodores. Speaking of bullpens, action up for the Red Sox. Number 40, William Frank, warming. Looks like he'll make his second appearance of the summer at some point this afternoon. 1-2 pitch from Madrigal. A slow roller to Quintana. He charges it. No play but to go to first. In time to get the runner, but another one scores. The Commodores have now put up 5 in the 5th. It's 8-0 Falmouth.
Well, Quintana had to come almost more than halfway down the line to field that dribbler, and by the time he got to that baseball, no chance to get Cameron Cannon hustling down the third base line.
Finally, the base is empty here in the 5th inning. 2 away. 8 runs so far for the Commodores, and Nick Gaddis at the plate. Right-handed hitter. Takes the first fastball inside from Madrigal for a ball. 8 runs off of 10 hits for the visiting Commodores. Hoping to pick up their second win of the summer. Red Sox no runs off of 1 hit. Madrigal's next offering does catch the inside corner. That'll knock things up at 1 apiece in the count. 2 away, the base is empty. Whitey due up with the bottom of the order in the next half. 1-1 pitch, fisted right towards Doshbach, and he's got it to retire the side, but not before the Commodores put up a 5-spot and put their stamp on this one. It's 8-0 Falmouth as we go to the home half of the 5th inning. You're listening to Whitey Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
A sloppy top of the 5th leaves YD in an 8-0 hole headed to the bottom half of the 5th frame. Quintana, Freesia, and Waddell due up for YD. 5 runs come across on only 3 hits. Back in that top of the 5th inning, 5-spot for Falmouth and an 8-0 Commodores lead. Quintana digging in, YD trying to cut into that Falmouth lead. First pitch swing, dribbles one foul down the third base line. 0-1 the count. Quintana struck out looking back in the 2nd inning, his first at bat. Still struggling a bit to start this season. Now batting out of the 7 spot. The next pitch will miss high and inside from Caterino, who has been cruising. Just 47 pitches working here in the 5th inning. Pitch number 48 on the way. Here's a 1-1. One is popped up, foul behind the first base line over the Falmouth Commodores dugout. And the count now a ball and 2 strikes. Out of the windup, Caterino sets. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Another strikeout for Nick Quintana, and strikeout number 4 on the day for Matthew Caterino. He has been on his game today.
Impressive pitch there, especially on a put-out offering to Nick Quintana. Most of the times that he's retired by way of the K, it's with chasing that high fastball. That time, he just swung over a really nice curveball from Caterino to start off the frame.
That's now twice that Nick Quintana has K'd on the curveball. Back in the 2nd, it was looking, and here in the 5th, it was swinging. Now just 2 for 17 to start this 2018 summer for Quintana. So now we have a pitch hitter. It will be Adam Kerner. Pinch hitting for Vito Freesia. Will end his evening 0 for 1. The ground out to 3rd.
Kerner came in as a pinch hitter yesterday. Just 1 plate appearance and then saw some action behind home plate. Actually threw out the last out in the bottom of the 9th against Harwich.
The righty will step into the right-handed batter's box, and first pitch from Caterino will miss the inside corner with a curveball. Count 1-0. Kerner out of University of San Diego. Hit .338 for San Diego this past spring. Here's the 1-0. Fastball miss high and inside for a ball. 2-0 the count. We saw Kerner go yard right here at Red Wilson Field on opening day. The ball just over the center field fence. Here's a 2-0. That'll catch the outside corner for strike 1. 2-1 the count.
That a very similar home run to the one that was hit by David Sims back in the 4th. Straightaway center, a fly ball that just kept carrying and carrying and carrying.
Here's a 2-1 from Caterino. That one is lifted high and deep to left field. Backs goes Foster. He's at the track. He's at the wall, and that ball is gone. Oh, no, it's caught out there by Foster. A little difficult to see down the left field line, but just in front of the fence, Foster able to squeeze it, and a long, loud out number 2 for the Commodores.
Nice job by Foster after Kerner made some really good contact. Gave that one a ride, but Foster showing the wheels and catching it right before the fence. We've got some power here in Adam Kerner.
So Kerner just 5'10". Doesn't look like he has a whole lot of power. Only 2 home runs this season at San Diego, but showing off the power. Just missing a home run right there as in steps Luke Waddell, the shortstop. He'll take a ball outside for ball 1. Here's a line. Caterino, the next pitch on the way. Will miss. It will be fouled up behind us. Situated right behind home plate in the press box. The count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Warner Kerner got that ball up into the wind as the next pitch from Caterino. Curveball catch the inside corner. Just drops in there right at the belt. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wind blowing slightly out to left center field. Kerner just did not get enough of it. And there's another curveball. Catches the inside corner again for strike 3. Red Sox set down 1-2-3 here in the 5th. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning. All Falmouth here at Red Wilson Field. It is 8-0 Commodores. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Eight 0 Commodores lead here in the top of the 6th inning. 9-1-2 due up for Falmouth. Led off by James Castino. Grounded out both times up. Back in the 2nd inning, a ground out to second in Jimmy Govern, and grounded into a double play back in the 4th. Defensive replacements for the Red Sox. Adam Kerner takes over for Nick Quintana at 3rd, and behind the plate, Cale Emshoff out of University of Arkansas Little Rock takes over the catching duties for Vito Freesia. Ty Madrigal still out on the mound. He'll wind and fire home the first pitch of the 6th, and it'll be over for a strike. That past half inning by YD, not what you want to see after giving up a 5 spot in the top half of the frame. Keeping all the momentum on Falmouth's side. Ty Madrigal winds and fires home the next pitch. A curveball catch the outside corner. The count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes.
Just a tough 5th inning for the Red Sox. Obviously, you give up the 5 runs, but a lot of it was just unforced errors as well.
Here's the 1-2 for Madrigal. Just misses the outside corner. Emshoff setting up out there, and Madrigal hits a spot, but just off the outside corner. Madrigal coming off a season at St. Mary's, the 1.90 ERA in 47 1/3 innings. The next pitch is ripped into into right field for a base hit. Castino, the second baseman, checks in with his first hit of the evening. And for the 5th time in the 6 innings we have played here today, the Commodores have the leadoff man on.
And he was just sitting all over that. Costantino gave it a ride, and Madrigal, although he's shown some good spurts here, especially back towards the end of that 5th inning with the curveball, you can't just leave something hanging like that, especially in a 1-2 count.
Madrigal now with the base runner at first, fires home the first pitch to the leadoff man, Will Brennan. He has reached base all 3 times today. Ball is over for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 the count. Single to lead off the game and then walked back in the 3rd and then again in the 5th. Here's a wind in the 0-1. That bounces in there away from Emshoff. He can't find it. It is right behind him, and advancing down to second is Cosentino. And just like that, the Commodores, a runner in scoring position, and another unforced error.
Yeah,
Another unforced error.
Yeah, it was stuff just like that back in the 5th, either an overthrow or giving up too many walks. It's like the little things, which at some point you understand. It is the first week of this team gelling together, but giving up 5 runs in 1 inning, never a good sign.
Cannot imagine Scott Pickler is too happy what he's seen in the last inning and a 3rd. Is a curve big bender over for a strike on the inside corner from Madrigal. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cosentino taking his lead at second. Waddell shaded right behind him, keeping him close to the bag there at second. Madrigal peeks back at second, winds and fires home the 1-2. That one is popped out into shallow left field. Back goes Kerner, the third baseman. Now it will be Waddell taking control, and he will squeeze it just into the outfield grass for out number 1.
Waddell's been very good so far at the shortstop position for the Red Sox. Seen a couple of really nice plays on the ground, turning some double plays, but also just there, the awareness, communication with Kerner to call him off, and he seems very in control in that spot.
Yeah, especially the diving play he had last night with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Just fully extended. It was a spectacular play. He's been a good glove out there at short. First pitch to Hayden Cantrell, the designated hitter, is inside for ball 1, 1-0 the count. And besides that one ball that just took off on him back earlier in this game, it's pretty much flawless out there at short. Madrigal peeks back at the runner at second. Will fire home the 1-0. Will miss again. Another curveball inside, and the count now 2-0.
And even that one back in the 5th, the one that got past him into the outfield, it's tough to blame him because it was very clear we were watching it all the way that it just took a funky hop. I think you said maybe it hit a rock, and it's probably what happened. There's just simply nothing you could do about that.
Madrigal set at the belt. Here's the 2-0. Looks like a 2-seamer that just catches the outside corner, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Madrigal trying to fight back into this count. It's been nice to see in this inning. He has somewhat limited the hard contact. We saw that being a big problem back in the 5th inning. Madrigal set again. Here's a 2-1 on the way. That one is hit right back to Madrigal off his glove behind second base. Govern will field it and have no play. Cantrell safe at first base, not even a throw by the second baseman, Jimmy Govern. Advancing to third is Cosentino, and now runners on the corners for the Commodores. Only 1 out.
Runners on the corners for the Commodores is a phrase we've probably said at least, 7 or 8 times this afternoon, because they just keep stringing together base hits. And on that one, Madrigal seemed like he could have made a play. I think he might have reacted a little too harshly to that ground ball. Obviously, as a pitcher, you see it coming back at it. Initial reactions to jump out, but kind of let it scoop by him.
Yeah, maybe if it hadn't touched his glove, the second baseman Govern would have had a chance at it behind home plate. It's the first pitch on the way to the shortstop, Logan Davidson. It's over on the outside corner for a strike. Seeing Davidson flip around and now bat right-handed with the lefty Madrigal on the mound. He is a switch hitter. So on bat lefty, his first 2 plate appearances today. Here's the next pitch. Just fouled down the third base line. Quickly 0-2 on Davidson. Davidson, shortstop for the University of Clemson. Coming off a season where he hit .292, 18 doubles, 15 home runs, 46 RBIs. Madrigal set at the belt again. Here's the 0-2 on the way. That one is chopped out to Govern at second. He will throw it over to Waddell for 1. On to first, Dashbach in time for a double play. Now that's what you want to see for the Red Sox defense. Get that double play ball to get out of the inning. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Falmouth all over YD. It is 8-0 Commodores. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. The Mid-Cape Athletic Club is the preferred workout center of the YD Red Sox and is your place to get your summer or year-round workout in. Visit midcapeathletic.com for all membership and club information. Top of the order due up for the Red Sox here in the top of the 6th inning. Ashford, Govern, and Cotton. Just one hit between the 3 and 6 at-bats. Here's the first pitch to Ashford, dribbled down the first base line. A fair ball fielded by Sims right on the line behind the base, and one pitch and one out. And Zach Ashford has not seen a lot of pitches so far today. I believe struck out in the first inning on 3 or 4 pitches, and then swings at the first pitch in the 3rd inning, and then again here in the 6th.
Yeah, and it's happened to not just him as well. It's been a lot of one-pitch outs for this Red Sox lineup up and down this afternoon.
Caterino's pitch count is in good shape working here in the 6th inning. Here's the one, the first pitch to Govern. Another first pitch swing, hit out deep out into the gap in right center field. Over the outfielders, that one is off the wall. Govern rounds first and will scoot into second base. Ball gets back in, and the outfielders out there, Brendan and Goffers, could not converge on that as it hits about halfway up on the wall in right center field. And first pitch swinging, Jimmy Govern checks in with a double.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if either Brendan and Goffers could have made a play at that even, because you mentioned it perfectly. That wall is just so difficult to kind of play the one hop off, and with speed of Govern as well, there's no way to hold him to just a single on that one, and that's good contact for the 2-man as well.
Now here is Quinn Cotton. First pitch from Caterino is low to the 3-man for the Red Sox for ball 1. Singled back in the first inning and grounded out to third in the 3rd. 1 for 2. As mentioned, Caterino now sitting at just 61 pitches working here in the 6th inning. Next pitch is over for a strike. Count now 1-1. It's not too often here on the Cape we see a pitcher working into the 6th inning. Caterino now working out of the stretch. Govern leading off of second. Red Sox trailing the Commodores 8-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Commodores 8 runs on 12 hits. For the Red Sox, no runs on just 2 hits. A double from Govern, just their second on the evening. Caterino set. Here's the 1-1. That one is hit the other way, and it will slice foul down the first base side.
Great
and
contact.
Count even at, or now count 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cotton.
Really good contact from Cotton, and pretty much every single time he's at bat, right? Even if he's recording it out, he's putting the ball in play. He's just seeing it extremely well so far this summer.
Now the 1-2. Cantorino. Well, Stout now step off and go through the signs again with Gaddis behind home plate. Govern leading off of second. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out here, bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 1-2 to Cotton. That one is hit right back to Cantorino. He'll throw back to second. He'll get away from Davidson. Advancing to third is Govern, so Cotton lines right back to the pitcher, Cantorino, and catches it. Tries to double up Govern at second base, but Davidson cannot hold on to the ball. It squirts into center field, and now Govern advances 90 more feet. And that will now 2 outs. Looks like we're going to have a pitch hitter for Andrew Dashbach. It will be Gabe Matthews for his first plate appearance as a Red Sox. Coming over from the University of Oregon, hit .265 this past spring.
I think that was just an instance for Cantorino of maybe just trying to do a little bit too much, and maybe just quit while you're ahead. He made a great catch, but he was trying to throw to a Logan Davidson that was A, on the run, and B, was probably going to even lose the foot race to the bag with Govern. So an unforced error, and there are 2 outs, though, so Govern still dancing down that third base line.
We'll see what Matthews can do right here with 2 outs, runner on third. He's a freshman All-American from collegiate baseball back in 2017. It's the first pitch from Cantorino will be low for ball 1, bounces in the dirt. This past season, 196 at-bats, a .265 batting average, 4 home runs, 27 RBIs. There's a wind, and the next pitch from Cantorino. That'll miss away for ball 2, 2-0 the count. Last summer, played with the Corvallis Knights of the West Coast League. Batted .295, 3 home runs, 19 RBIs. Another good summer collegiate league out on the West Coast. Matthews back in the batter's box, left-hander, and now Cantorino will step off and go through the signs again with Gaddis behind home plate. 8-0 Commodores here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-0 count on Matthews. Here's the next pitch on the way. That'll catch the inside corner for strike one. 1-2 now. 2-1 now the count on Matthews.
This is some of the most efficient pitching that we've seen all summer. Just around 68 pitches right now for Cantorino.
Here's the wind into 2-1. That'll miss just off the outside corner. And saw it on the face of Cantorino. Wanted that one right there, but didn't get the call from home plate umpire Mike Finn, and count now 3 balls and a strike. Cantorino set. Here's the 3-1. That'll miss down and inside for ball 4, and with 2 outs, another base runner for Whitey. Matthews reaches first on his first plate appearance as a Red Sox. That'll bring up Mike Caprice.
A nice job there from Matthews. A very similar at-bat to what Johnny DeLuca had in his first time in a Red Sox uniform. Just making sure that he was seeing a lot of pitches and not swinging at anything that he shouldn't.
Caprice entering the game. 3 hits on the season. So for 2 so far today. First pitch swinging a foul ball down the third base line. Count quickly 0-1 on the designated hitter for Whitey today. Struck out back in the first and flew out to center field, and Brennan, his second time up back in the in the 4th inning. Cantorino will throw over to first. Matthews dives back in time. Not too big of a lead over there at first. Priest, left-handed hitter, slightly open stance from the left side. Rest that bat, bouncing it off his shoulder. Here's a 0-1. That'll miss outside, even up the count, add a ball and a strike. Flag out beyond the scoreboard in left field has settled down. The wind has died down here at Red Wilson Field, here at DY Regional High School. The next pitch hit on a line to Logan Davidson on one bounce. Will shovel it to his second baseman, Costino, and he'll field it for out number 3. The Sox threaten but can't push across the run here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We head to the 7th. Whitey trailing Falmouth 8-0. You're listening to Whitey Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 7th inning, Whitey trailing Falmouth by a score of 8-0. Commodores 8 runs on 12 hits. Whitey no runs on just 2 hits. Some defensive replacements for Whitey. Now out at shortstop, newly arrived Christian Koss from UC Irvine, and then over at first, after pitch hitting for Andrew Dashbach, Gabe Matthews takes over at first base. Ty Madrigal still out on the mound for the Red Sox. First pitch on the way to Davis Sims, the first baseman. It is over for a strike, 0-1 the count. Sims a single in his first plate appearance, a home run back in the 4th. It's the next pitch, a check swing foul ball. Looks like he might have just gotten off the knob of the bat. Quickly 0-2 on Sims. That home run opened the scoring in the fourth inning. One of two runs to come across for the Commodores in that frame, and then an RBI fielder's choice back in the fifth. Here's the 0-2. Fastball tails outside. Like a two-seamer right there for Madrigal. Just misses the outside corner. Count now 1-2. Jimmy Govern at second, playing slightly up the middle for Sims. Here's the 1-2 for Madrigal. Darts outside again. Count now 2-2.
Trying to get Sims to chase that fastball with a little bit of bite the past two previous pitches. See what he goes with here.
Here's 2-2. That's a curveball. Inside corner fouled straight back by Sims. Count stays the same at 2-2. Sims out of Murray State. It's the wind and the 2-2 for Madrigal. Fouled straight back again. And the count will stay the same at 2-2. Sims, as I mentioned, out of Murray State, just finished up his redshirt sophomore season. I mean, 357 in 56 games, 29 doubles, 52 RBIs. Here's the next pitch. Curveball, missed down inside, check swing down to first, and Brian Troupe said he did not go.
That's a tough pitch to lay off of. This has been a really difficult at-bat for David Sims, really making Madrigal work for this out if he's even able to get it, especially after the count was 0-2 not so long ago. Sims just fighting everything off.
Out of the windup, here is the 3-2 pitch. Curveball missed down for ball 4, and yet again a leadoff base runner for the Commodores. We have been saying that too many times here today.
Just deflating to get ahead of a 4-hitter like that, 0-2, and then bring in some good pitches. Obviously, you're expecting them to stay alive and battle out, but to give up a free pass, especially in an 8-0 ball game, it's a tough look.
That'll be the 6th time in 7 innings the leadoff man has reached for the Commodores. In steps the left fielder Logan Foster. He is 2 for 3 so far today. First pitch will miss down for a ball, 1-0 the count. Infield RBI single back in the first inning. Popped out to Luke Waddell at shortstop in the 4th, and an RBI single in the 5th. Out of the stretch, here's the next pitch on the way from Madrigal. Popped deep, actually out into right field. DeLuca back on his horse, running towards the line, will make the catch. Not going anywhere at first is Sims. Think about here at Red Wilson Field, the ball might not seem like it gets hit that hard, but the short fences, the ball looks like it carries a lot more. And DeLuca able to track that down about 10 feet from the fence in right field. Quickly one down. Here's Cameron Camden, the third baseman. Right-hander out of University of Arizona will step into the right-handed batter's box. Here's the first offering on the way from Madrigal. Miss outside for a ball. 1-0 count. Had a double and came around to score in the 5th. Otherwise reached on an error and scored and then grounded out. Looks like M. Schaff behind the plate will have a word with his pitcher, Madrigal. We've seen quite a few mound visits today between battery mates.
Yeah, well, it's just been a difficult afternoon so far for YD relievers, pitchers. Even if you can go back to Elliott, he had some struggles as well.
Madrigal set at the waist. Here's the 1-0. Curveball will miss the outside corner. Didn't miss by much. And count now 2-0. Sims leading off of first. Sun setting here at Red Wilson Field. There's the next pitch on the way. It'll catch the inside corner with a fastball. And count now 2-1. Sun setting on the third base side. So Madrigal will try to throw over to Matthews at first base. Might have a little trouble seeing that ball. Shades creeping onto the field. Here's the wind into 2-1. That one is popped foul down the first base line and out of play. And count will even up at 2-2.
We've had a good stretch of weather last few days, especially since that Wednesday when 3 of the games got rained out. Not the nicest of days, but since then, it's just been smooth sailing in the 70s.
Madrigal set. Here's the 2-2. Fouled straight back again. We'll do it again at 2-2.
Gotten out to the beach yet, TJ?
I have not made it out there yet, Dana. I haven't tried out a Cape Cod beach yet.
Well, we do have an off day coming up on Monday. Should be nice for the players to get a break, and we'll have to enjoy it ourselves.
Day off for the broadcasters, too. Rest those vocal cords. 2-2 pitch on the way, bounced up the middle. Christian Koss, the new shortstop, over the second baseman, Govern for one, on to Matthews for the double play, and Ty Madrigal, after walking the leadoff batter, gets out of it with the double play. We're stretching here at Red Wilson Field. Red Sox down to the Commodores, 8-0. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Today began the Relay for Life here in Yarmouth, and our team walked with Kathy's cause. You can help too by joining us in Strikeouts for Cancer. Visit www.pledgeit.org/team/CCBL18 and donate to your YD Red Sox. Matthew Caterino's night is done for the Commodores. An efficient 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Had full control of the YD lineup today. New pitcher for Falmouth, Declan Cronin.
Coming out of his junior season at Holy Cross, a Woodland Park, Jersey native with a 4.16 ERA this past spring.
So wind in the first pitch from Cronin to Johnny DeLuca. Miss inside for ball 1. DeLuca in his first 2 plate appearances as a Red Sox here in 2018. Walk and a stolen base back in the second, and then pop out to right field his last time up in the 4th, as he'll check his swing and go around. Even up the count at a ball and a strike. DeLuca getting activated this morning to the Red Sox roster out of the University of Oregon. So lined in. The 1-1 from Cronin will miss outside for a ball. 2-1 the count. DeLuca struggled a little bit at Oregon this season. A .212 batting average, 6 home runs, 32 RBIs. Here's the wind in a 2-1. Swing and a miss. And it'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. DeLuca, a switch hitter, batting from the left side. So 2 arms on the mound for Falmouth today have both been right-handed. Here's the wind in the 2-2. That one is fought out towards the shortstop. Davidson, a running catch and throw on over to first. Not in time to get a hustling DeLuca down the line. And Whitey, a leadoff base runner here in the 7th.
And that's just all effort from DeLuca right there. He doesn't really make fantastic contact, does put it in play, but he lets his feet do the rest. And once he saw that that one slowed at the lip of the grass, I think he knew that he had a base hit right there.
So in steps Cale Emshoff, batting in the spot of Nick Quintana. Right-hander out of the University of Arkansas, Little Rock. First pitch from Cronin will miss outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Saw DeLuca swipe second back in the second inning. 6 stolen bases this past spring at Oregon. Here's a wind in the 1-0. Swing and a miss by Emshoff. A foul tip, actually. They'll even up the count at 1-1. Emshoff just finishing up his sophomore season at Little Rock. Cronin set. Wind, and here's the 1-1. That'll catch the outside corner, off-speed pitch right there, and the count now 1-2.
Good placement there. As a right-handed hitter, that's one, especially in a 1-1 count, it's not really worth fishing for. Good call, strike there for Cronin.
Here's the wind and the 1-2 from Cronin. Check swing. They check down to first. He did not go. Ryan Troupe down at first base said he did not go. Leaving up the count at 2-2. Just 4 at-bats for Emshoff so far this season. Struck out in 3 of them, yet to record a hit. Cronin set on the rubber. DeLuca leads off of first. Here's the 2-2. Swing, and that's fouled down the third base line, and we'll do it again at 2-2.
And I like what Emshoff did on that previous pitch where he checked his swing. I'm surprised more batters don't do that, where if you're confident that your wrist didn't crack it, he just held the bat with one hand, showing the umpire down the first base line, hey, this didn't go around.
I say, hey, look, this is how far I actually swung. Troupe agreed with him down at first. Here's a 2-2 from Cronin. High and outside with a fastball. Count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Emshoff took over behind the plate for Vito Freesia, but is batting in the spot of Nick Quintana. And it's his night with 2 strikeouts. Here's the next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. A fastball diving out of the strike zone, down and away from Emshoff. And another strikeout from the Red Sox 7-hole hitter. This time it will be Emshoff, and that'll bring up Adam Kerner. As mentioned, Quintana struggling so much with the strikeout. And Emshoff the same. This 5 at-bats now. He's struck out in 4 of them. Here's the righty Kerner. Took over at third base in the field for Quintana, batting in the spot of Vito Freesia. First pitch from Cronin, missing outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Shadows creeping out onto the field. Shadows extending almost onto the dirt near first base, covering the mound. Extending about halfway between third and second. Here's the next pitch. Just fought off foul down the first base line. Just a little protection swing from Kerner. We'll even up the count at 1-1.
Kerner showing some pop so far this season for the Red Sox. Obviously, with the lone home run in that previous plate appearance, as you mentioned, giving it a ride. And he's a guy that could feast here at Red Wilson Field with the short confines and getting to play 22 home games here. He could really build up some power numbers.
Really don't have to hit the ball all that hard here at Red Wilson Field. Here's the next pitch. That one is dribbled up the middle. It'll be Davidson flipping on over to second for one, on over to first, and it's in time for a double play. There's a bit of an argument at first base that first baseman Sims wasn't on the bag, but first base umpire Brian Troupe says no, he had his foot on the bag. We will head to the top half of the 8th inning. YD trailing Falmouth by a score of 8-0. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. back in the top half of the 8th inning. Falmouth ahead 8-0 over the YD Red Sox. For Falmouth, 8 runs on 12 hits. And for the Red Sox, no runs on just 3 hits. New pitcher on the mound for YD, William Frank out of Canisius College. First pitch high and inside. Just to Mark Coffers, the right fielder. Count quickly 1-0.
Frank looked good in that one appearance against Orleans. 2 innings strong, the 3 strikeouts in the loss. Nail-biter up at Eldridge Park.
It's the wind in the 1-0. Swing and a miss by Coffers. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Have some defensive replacements for you. Out in left field replacing Quinn Cotton is Charlie Kincannon. Johnny DeLuca will move over and play center field now. Next pitch will catch the outside corner for a strike. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's the wind and the 1-1 from Frank. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Excuse me, it was 1 and 2 on Coffers right there. And Frank blows a fastball by him for strike 3. And on 4 pitches, 1 down for Falmouth here in the 8th.
Very similar to what we saw back a couple nights ago in Orleans, really attacking the hitters. And he's a strikeout pitcher, at least from what we can gather through his short time he's been here.
Frank out of the windup. Here's the first pitch to Nicholas Gaddis, the catcher, is inside for a ball. Out of the windup again. Here's the next pitch from Frank. This time drops in a curveball for a strike. 1-1 the count. And as I mentioned earlier, that inside fastball can really set up a curveball well. This fastball never starts breaking, but that curveball will just break off over the plate and the batter jumping out of the way. Another curveball miss off the outside corner for a ball. 2-1 the count. Gaddis has an RBI single back in the 4th. Has also popped out to first baseman Dashbach and flown out to right field and Johnny DeLuca. Next pitch is popped foul behind home plate. They'll even up the count at 2-2. Frank looking to strike out his second batter in as many tries. Here's the wind in the 2-2. Fastball catches the inside corner for strike 3. Impressive first 2 batters for William Frank. 2 up, 2 down on 2 strikeouts. That'll bring up the second baseman, James Cosentino.
And obviously not the best circumstances, but not a terrible situation to come in as a reliever in a game that's all but over in the 8th inning. You can really kind of just go after the hitters.
Swine in the first pitch. That'll be grounded out to Jimmy Govern at second. Fire on over to Matthews at first in time for out number 3. A quick 1-2 frame for William Frank out of the YD bullpen. We will head to the bottom of the 8th inning. YD trails Falmouth 8-0. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 8th inning. 9-1-2 due up for the Red Sox as they trail by a score of 8-0 to the Falmouth Commodores, making his first at-bat of 2018, the new shortstop out of UC Irvine, Christian Koss, wearing number 4 on his back, replacing Luke Waddell. Wind in the first pitch from new pitcher Taylor Wilkes out of Kennesaw State. This is just outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Here's the next pitch. Check swing and can't hold up there from Koss. And that'll even up the count at a ball and a strike.
Koss, a guy that actually ended the year last year leading the Red Sox in batting average. Really was a utility player for most of it.
Here's a wind in the next pitch on the way. That'll miss down and in for ball 2. 2-1 the count.
Heck of a personality as well. He's always joking around in the dugout and on the field after the games. A stand-up guy.
The next pitch on the way is fouled up down the first base line in foul territory, and Sims will watch that one drop foul. 20 feet down the first base line from the infield. New pitcher in for Falmouth, Taylor Wilkes, as I mentioned, out of Kennesaw State, just finished up his sophomore season, an 8.49 ERA, 5 appearances, 11 2/3 innings pitched. 2-2, pitch on the way to Christian Koss. Check swing, ball's down and away. Did he go? He did not. Ryan Troupe said he did not go down the first base line. The first base umpire, and count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Koss. Yeah, out of the windup. It's the 2-2 from Wilkes, 3-2 from Wilkes. Swing and a miss by Koss. He goes down swinging. And his first Cape Cod plate appearance of 2018. And there's 1 down for the Red Sox here in the 8th.
A tough at-bat for Christian. Had a good eye and held up a couple of times, but was well out in front of that last breaking ball.
We have a pitch hitter for Zach Ashford. It's not listed to us on the roster, but we do believe that this is Bradley Beasley, sophomore from Cal Poly. So wind in the first pitch from Wilkes. He'll dive outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count on a curveball. Beasley taking over for Ashford, and then moving to right field, moving Jaluka into center field where he plays for Oregon. The next pitch he'll catch the outside corner for a strike. Here's the wind, and the next pitch on the way from Wilkes. That'll miss low for a ball.
Beasley, a 277 hitter at Cal Poly, and another good bat that Scott Pickler can insert into a lineup, especially late in the game.
Here's the wind, and the next offering on the way. That'll miss down and away for ball 2. 2-1 the count on Beasley. As mentioned, taking the place of Zach Ashford. Steps into the right-handed batter's box. Wilkes winds, and here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A lot of bite to that fastball, tailing away from the right-handed hitter.
Here's the 2-2 offering. Swinging, that one's popped into shallow right field. Out goes the second baseman, Cosentino. He's back, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Jimmy Govern, the second baseman. Whitey, only 4 outs remaining in this one to scratch across 8 runs to send us to extras and 9 to win it for the Red Sox.
Crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
Even on a baseball diamond.
Yes. It's never over till it's actually over, but Red Sox, those outs are going away. You got to make these at-bats count. Govern, the right-handed batter, steps in against Wilkes, seeing him for the first time. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball darting out of the strike zone off the outside corner. That counts 0-1.
It's predominantly where Wilkes is getting those swings and misses against these righty hitters. Fastballs away.
Here is the wind and the 0-1. Check swing, a ball down in the dirt. Did he go? Yes, he did. And the count quickly 0-2 on Govern. Wilkes trying to make it a 1-2-3 frame in the 8th. Send this to the final frame. In the windup. Righty's 0-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and a strikeout of Jimmy Govern to end the 8th inning. We will head to the 9th frame of this evening. Whitey Red Sox trailing the Falmouth Commodores 8-0. You're listening to Whitey Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Tonight's team is being fed by the Swan River Restaurant and Fish Market located on South Lower County Road in Dennisport, Massachusetts, and by Subway located on 47 Main Street in Dennisport, Massachusetts. Thank you to both restaurants for your support of the YD Red Sox. Top of the 9th inning, 1, 2, and 3 due up for the Commodores. It will be Brennan, Cantrell, and Davidson. Looks like we'll actually have a pitch hitter for the Commodores. Stepping in from the left-handed batter's box. Here's the first pitch from Frank. Will catch the inside corner for a strike. It'll be Austin Maisel, outfielder from Holy Cross. Next pitch will dart inside and miss for a ball. 1-1 the count.
Led Holy Cross this past season, batting .322.
Here's the wind, and the next pitch on the way from Frank. Will miss high and outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count.
And a Massachusetts native as well, out of Stone, Mass. That's not too far away from here. It's got to be a dream for him getting to come down and play in the Cape League.
Frank out of the windup. Here's the 2-1. That one is dribbled out towards shortstop. Koss has it go off his glove and dribble behind him, and Mace will be safe at first base. Maisel will be safe at first base. An error on Christian Koss.
And that's a tough break for Christian. It seemed like that ball got it right where the sun starts to shine, kind of close to second base on the infield. Not to make excuses for him, but a tough first fielding opportunity of the summer. The UC Irvine kid.
And the first batter will reach for Falmouth here in the 9th. We're going to have another pitch hitter for the Commodores right here. It'll be number 34, Terrence Norman. Norman out of Kennesaw State as well. He'll step in, bat right-handed. Jeff Trundy unloading the bench down the first base line, getting some guys some plate appearance. This game up comfortably 8-0. Here's the wind and the first pitch from Frank. He'll catch the inside corner for a strike, 0-1 the count. Runner Maisel leads off of first. This wind and next pitch from Frank. One's fouled straight back, a curveball on the inside corner. Count quickly 0-2.
Frank seems like he might turn into one of the top relievers for the Red Sox. Making a good case along with Tristan Baker from last night. 4 perfect innings from him. We kind of get to find out what arms we have in this Red Sox pen.
Here's the wind in the 0-2 from Frank. That'll miss outside for a ball. 1-2 the count. Finished. Terrence Norman finishing up his sophomore season at Kennesaw State. .235 batting average. 51 at-bats. Only 12 hits, 2 doubles, a home run, and 7 RBIs. Frank set. Here's the 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss for strike three. Dialed up the curveball and gets Norman to go chasing after it for out number one here in the ninth.
Well, on 0-2, he throws a fastball in the dirt away, so he kind of set up that previous pitch and worked it well to a T, fooling Norman.
In steps Logan Davidson, turning around and batting from the left side again with now a righty on the mound. We saw him bat right-handed back in the sixth against Ty Madrigal. Shortstop from Clemson can do it all for the Commodores. Here's the wind in the first pitch. A swing and a miss. A good fastball in on the hands of Davidson. The count 0-1. Frank peeks back at the runner. Maisel at first. And he'll fire home the 0-1. Curveball catches the outside corner. Nice backdoor curveball just coming in around the plate and still managed to catch a piece of it. Count quickly 0-2. Frank stares in at Emshoff behind the plate, gets a sign, looks back at the runner, Maisel at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. Fastball outside. Count now 1-2.
Now look for him to come back with that curveball that he just got Norman to swing at down low in the dirt. Same approach, got up 0-2, threw the fastball away.
Frank is set. Here's the 1-2. Curveball missed just below the strike zone, just there at the shins. Count now 2-2.
That's a tough pitch to lay off if you're Logan Davidson, because that looks good for about 90% of its approach to the plate and just bottom drops up at the end.
It's the 2-2. Strike three called on the outside corner. Frank dots the fastball right on the outer edge, and there's two down.
With Davidson maybe expecting that curveball once again, Frank decides to go placement for this strikeout, showing good control here in these later innings.
Frank it out away from YD an opportunity to get scratch some run across in the bottom of half of this ninth inning. In steps Davis Sims. He's been on base 3 times today. First pitch on the way, a fastball, a swing and a miss on the outside corner. Count 0-1 on Sims. Went yard back in the 4th inning to lead off that 2-run frame. Also singled back in the 1st and walked in the 7th. Frank is set. Here's the 0-1. That one's cracked out into the gap in left center field. Over is can it out in left field. He will squeeze it for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. All Falmouth here at Red Wilson Field. The Commodores lead the Red Sox 8-0. You're watching YD Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Last ups for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the ninth inning. They trail the Commodores by a score of 8-0. Two up for YD is 3, 4, and 5 in their lineup. New pitcher on the mound for the Commodores, Nick Mikolajczyk. Number 21 on his back in Falmouth's black uniforms this evening. Some flowing brown hair coming out the back of his hat, much like Nick Quintana of the Red Sox. Here's the wind in the first pitch. A sidearm delivery to Charlie Concannon, who came in place of Quinn Cotton. Takes it low and away for ball one. Quickly back on the rubber. Mikolajczyk fires home the next one. A swing and a miss. And the count evens up at 1-1.
I don't know. Nick's going to be all first righty team, but he's surely all hair team, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great locks on the mound.
Here's the wind in the 1-1. That one is skied out into right field. That drifts over to center fielder, and Brennan, the center fielder, squeezes it for out number 1. So
good ride. Sure did. Seen a couple YD hitters that have made good contact this afternoon, but just not finding the right spots, and just sometimes days happen like this, and the balls don't fall your way.
So here is Gabe Matthews. Came in to pitch hit for Andrew Dashbach back in the 6th inning. So on the first pitch from Mikolajczyk is outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Mikolajczyk, kind of a violent sidearm delivery from the right side. It's the wind and the 1-0. That one will miss outside again. Count 2-0 now on Matthews. Playing in his first game as a YD Red Sox from the University of Oregon. Just been wrapped up his sophomore season where he bat .265. The next pitch is ripped into center field for a base hit. And here in the 9th inning, Gabe Matthews collects his first hit as a Red Sox. And Red Sox have a base runner on now. Micah Priest step into the plate.
Nice piece of hitting there from Matthews. Sat on that off-speed pitch and placed it right up the middle, and with Costantino shaded a bit to his left, found the right placement for it. Sox still with a little bit of life here in the 9th.
In steps Priest. He has not reached base so far today. A strikeout, a flyout, and a fielder's choice to his name. His first pitch from Mikolajczyk will miss outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Sun setting a little more here. Just over this DY Regional High School. Back behind the field is Priest will rip one into right field for a base hit. Rounding second and stopping there is Matthews. On a 1-0 offering, Priest rips the ball into right field, and YD now with 2 base runners here in the 9th.
Priest got that same pitch that Matthews put out into right field just before him in that at-bat. Sox with something cooking here in the 9th inning. Even if you don't tack around a run or get to the 8th spot, at least it's nice to know that some sort of offense showed up at some point today.
Now here's another brand new Red Sox. Johnny DeLuca stepping in. Got his first start today. Walked, flew out to right, and an infield single to his name today. Mikolajczyk winds and fires on the first pitch. That one's dribbled out to first base. Sims fires. Oh, he will not throw to second. He'll go to first instead. Mikolajczyk covering the bag, and it's in time to get DeLuca. Now two outs here for the Red Sox. Looked like for a second Sims was going to try the 3-6-3 double play, but decided to just go safe and get the 1 out with the 8-run lead that Falmouth has here in the 9th.
Yeah, I was going to say, he had the luxury of a little bit of run support to just make the right decision, pick up the out.
Now runners on at second and third. I'll bring in Cale Emshoff, struck out his last time up. First pitch on the way. It looks like an off-speed pitch. Swung on and missed for a strike. 0-1 the count. The 7-hole for YD tonight. Over 3 with 3 strikeouts. The first 2 responsible of Nick Quintana. The last one of Cale Emshoff. It's the wind in the next pitch. Check swing. He checked down to first. He did not go. Count evens up at 1-1. Mikolajczyk trying to get that 27th out. Send YD down to 2-2-1. While Falmouth would improve to 2-2 on this young 2018 season. Next pitch will miss down and inside for ball 2. 2-1 the count.
Get easier tomorrow. having to go over to Lowell Park and play doubleheader against the Cavaliers.
Here's the wind into 2-1. That'll catch the outside corner for a strike, and Whitey is down to their last strike of the evening here. As you mentioned, a doubleheader, a lot of baseball, but any time to get right, seeing all those pitches, playing all those innings, that would be a time. Here's 2-2. Catches the outside corner for strike 3. Emshoff set down, looking for the second time here tonight, and Whitey will fall here at home at Red Wilson Field to the Falmouth Commodores by a final score of 8-0 for Falmouth. 8 runs on 12 hits. No errors for Whitey. No runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. Winning pitcher for today for Falmouth, Matthew Caterino. He was absolutely brilliant today for the Commodores. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Meanwhile, on the losing side, the loss will go to Jensen Elliott. 4 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs. They were earned, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. Well, after the pitching performance, Dana, what we saw yesterday, this is quite the opposite of what we saw and not what head coach Scott Pickler wants to see.
Yeah, a couple of relievers that came in and just, frankly, couldn't find the strike zone too well, especially you look at that short appearance for Deathridge, the 2 walks, and that's really what started that tumultuous 5th inning of trouble for the Red Sox pitching staff, and after that, it was just an uphill battle for Madrigal and Frank to work out of. Elliott gives up the 3 earned runs through 4 innings of work, though did show some bright spots, and obviously, he's one of the better starting arms in this entire country, so expect better things from him. But tonight, just not the day for the Red Sox offensively, pitching even a couple of errors out in the field, and this is one that you just let go, you forget about it, and get ready to play 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, Red Sox will head to Lowell Park tomorrow in Katuitt for a doubleheader against the Cavaliers. First pitch of the first game set for 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For Dana Gray, I'm TJ Matheson. We say thank you for watching Whitey Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. One last time, the final here from Red Wilson Field. The Commodores 8, the Red Sox nothing. Thank you all for listening, and say so long from Red